Rick Ware Racing is keeping its charters. Bailey Currey has a Truck Series ride and a driver gets reinstated. Let's get into it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good today. All right, first things first. Rick Ware Racing is going to get to keep its charters. Let's look into this real quick. This via Bob Pockers on Twitter. NASCAR says it will not repossess Rick Ware Racing number 51 charter, even if in bottom 3 charter teams this year. It'd be NASCAR's option and rule designated to prevent start and park. Rick Ware Racing, RFK Alliance, use of Roush Yates engines, signing Haley shows commitment to performance. I know it's Twitter Bob, but English. Oh my God. Anyway, so it looks like NASCAR is saying that because Rick Ware Racing has shown these steps to get their performance level up to a certain standard, hiring Justin Haley, having Ryan Newman drive for them, having that RFK alliance, they're saying because of that, they are not considered a start and park team. So this leads to essentially another judgment call from NASCAR. And I thought that Brock Beard, he quote tweeted this and he made a very interesting point. So I'm going to read that next. I'm happy for Rick Ware Racing. None of these teams should be forced to sell their charter. I'm curious what NASCAR's definition of start and park is. I can think of at least one team that wasn't parking yet was forced to sell out. I also don't get what commitment to performance means. All teams, big and small, strive to improve. Even the old start and parks did. So he is dead on the money, in my opinion. What is the definition of start and park? I think NASCAR needs to clearly carve out and define what that definition is instead of making just a random, this is how we feel this week, judgment call on it. So I think Brock Beard is right on the money because he's absolutely right. Start and park teams don't want to be bad. Like if they could find a way to get better, if they found like some magical setup that made them good at certain tracks and they could get a win, it's not like they're intentionally not trying to win races, right? So it's not like they wanted to start and park. The start and park is more of a financial situation. So, plus, some of these teams, I don't know exactly which team he is referring to, so I don't want to guess. I have one on my mind that I'm thinking about, and if it's the same team I'm thinking about, they ran pretty much all the laps they could run before they had to sell their charter, so he just makes a really good point, and I need NASCAR to clearly define what is a start and park. A good way to do it, I don't want to offer, something and not like give it like an actual definition of what I would say. So I would say a good way to define that would be like, you have to run X amount of laps. You have to have X amount of finishes above 25. You have to finish somewhere up here in the points over a period of time, say 2 to 3 years. I think 2 to 3 years is the current thing for the charters anyway. So I would like to see a clearly defined list of rules before teams get relegated. And like if you followed the channel for a while, I've got my own ideas about relegation, but that we'll table that for another day. Let's get into the next topic. Full-time, Bailey Currey will be behind the wheel of the number 41 Chevrolet next season. Press the attack. So Niece has a history of picking really good drivers. So Bailey Currey, they've got a pretty good eye for talent is what I mean by that. So Bailey Currey seems to be the next guy on their list. They put Carson Hocevar in Cup and, of course, Ross Chastain before him. So we will have to see what comes of the Bailey Currey-Niece relationship. I think it is going to be one to watch in the Truck Series in the future. So, like I said, Niece has a good eye for talent, so we'll see where this one goes. This from Chris Hacker via Twitter. The last 2 months have been a huge learning experience for me. I went from the highest point of my life to the lowest point of my life overnight and made a career-changing decision no one should ever make. There's no excuse and no one to blame other than myself. I'm proud to say that I am 71 days sober. I've spent this time taking a hard look at myself and owning up to the pain I've caused my family, my friends, my sponsors, and my fans. I am deeply sorry for having hurt every one of you. I am humbled by the love and support I've received through all of this. I have a long road ahead of me in my recovery journey, and part of that is putting in the effort to mend relationships and earn back your trust. I promise to continue working on myself to be the best version of Chris Hacker that I can be. See y'all at Martinsville. Martinsville, of course, being this weekend, he will be driving the number 35 for Emerling Gase in the Xfinity Series race. So I'm all about forgiveness, right? He did the crime. He has now done the time to pay for what he's done. So as long as he doesn't make any mistakes going forward in the same manner, I'm all about, he did what he needed to do to get himself right and get back in the sport, so I'm all about second chances. I don't want to live in a world where people don't get second chances, because every single one of us has made a mistake in our lives. So good for him for being on the right track. 71 days sober, good for him. Hopefully he continues that. And just in case you didn't know, he got a DUI. So that's what that was all about, just in case you didn't remember. So hopefully he keeps on the right path, and I'm here for it. So hopefully he runs good at Martinsville in that 35. All right, that's all I got for you on this one. If you made it this far, I would love to have your subscription. If you're already subscribed, you know I appreciate you guys as well. If you got a question or comment or just want to talk about anything, leave it down in the comments. I try to get to as many of them as I can. And if you want to help out the channel, go visit the merch store. The link is down in the description. T-shirts, stickers, and hats are available and coming soon. Will be hoodies, sweatshirts, and maybe some tank tops or something else just in time for winter. All right, that's all I got for you on this one. Thanks for your time. Peace.